Yeah, thank you, Prof, for giving me an opportunity to ask questions. I'm interested in the IP technology because my background is in the artificial intelligence. Yeah, I heard that there is a claim regarding the use of Wolbachia mosquitoes, which employ and use the IP technology. It means that it has a full access to the digital equipments. So my interest is lies in understanding the mechanics of this IP technology and how to ensure that its capabilities are safeguarded against any potential misuse for purposes other than their intended use. Yeah. So maybe Francis, if you have any experience in this, maybe you can share with us. Thank you.
Okay, moment. We give to Pak Warsito first because otherwise too many. Pak Warsito, go ahead, atau Pak Agus, barangkali Ibu Lulus, silakan dari kawan-kawan UGM.
Yeah, I think it's what you call it. Release in Jakarta actually not new. So we started actually in 2014. So it's almost 8 years. So I think this is also the best field as well if anyone to look, to see and then to assess what is actually happen here, especially from the ecosystem. I think it's I don't have any evidence to what you call it, to mention about the right now. But we also regularly assess about what is actually the impact of the release of the Wolbachia on the environment, like checking is there any possibility of the Wolbachia to transmit it to other insect, and then until now we got evidence as well, and we also already published it as well, and that there is no evidence about it. So I think it's as what Adi Uttarani mentioned about what you call it, talking about the science. I think it's all on the comment, all of the research, all of the something that we done in Jakarta is already published it clearly. So you can check it first, and then you what you call it, and then we can discuss it about it. So I mean, so far. What we got it from Jakarta is actually quite interesting. That again started from the very small area, tested about the risk, tested about the what kind of possibility, the positive thing of the possibility of the technology, and then growing of the release for the what kind of expanding a bit the release, and then now it's already about, because already three districts in the city of Yogyakarta, in Sleman and Bantul. This total is about 300 kilometers square that already protected from the Wolbachia. And then in Yogyakarta, except it's what I said. That Wolbachia already reaches 77%, and then the study already continue right now to assess how much is actually until after 4-5 years establishment. And then in Sleman and Bantul, another district surrounding Yogyakarta, already released in 2019 or 2020. And then what we got from the health center, that dengue is reduced significantly, but we don't. I mean, like what Adi Uttarani said, that we talk on the publication. And then the latest publication will be soon, published. So this is the result of the long assessment of the impact of the Wolbachia on the dengue case.
Yes, but how is the impact to the human being?
The human being actually, right until now, actually the what in the laboratory when we doing the reading, we still doing the human blood feeding. It's just easy actually to withdraw the blood. The last is actually we done in the 2000, I think I forgot the year, but again that we checked it regularly, especially for the people who feed the mosquito, and then so far no impact on it.
If I may know, what is the population that have been checked the blood?
I need to check it data first. I'm not sure, but the publish is actually, and that's the thing that we shared. But again, that this is still open. Everyone can can do it, and then you can you just come and then withdraw the blood and then test it, and then after that. So the protocol, our standard protocol is already published and anywhere, and then just we invite the scientists.
If you have the data, Pak, maybe you can put in the chat there.
I already said it on the link, but I can say it another. I try to find it, but not find yet.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I received already from the Pak Budi, the Minister of Health, all the plan and so on. Yeah, there are 150 pages of that divided by 5 PowerPoint presentation, but I don't see any evidence about the effect of this mosquito bite to the human being. So it is relevant to the questions of Dr. Cho. So that I will be happy. And Francis, about the question from Dr. Kun about the IT to monitor this, can you have any comment, Francis?
Well, the thing I was disturbed about was because I spotted it looking at the scaling up of the mosquito production. And they said the only legal challenge they thought they might face, or legal issue they thought they might face, was the use of this Wolbachia bacteria, which he mentioned. So the thing is that they're not anticipating any other legal issue as a result of this. So they're not planning for that. But also that's quite interesting because I'm not sure that you can call it your intellectual property if you just, if it's something that is completely natural. So I was looking forward to a little bit of insight about how that Wolbachia was isolated, because that would seem to have to be quite a small operation, which could be related to genetic engineering, or at least take place in a lab which uses these micro injections or these extrapolation techniques. But more importantly, I was aware when I was looking through the criteria for a bioweapon and looking through the risks of genetic engineering, and I know that it's not genetic engineering, but still the two mechanisms by which you can bring a new trait into a species, one is through bombarding it through the new engineering technologies, but the other is to smuggle in a bacteria. And that makes Wolbachia and that IP a cause for concern. I mean, maybe actually there is access to it and we can see absolutely that there was nothing added before that patent was put on it. But if there's any question at all, I mean, it's going to be very difficult to say, and it's going to be very difficult to get that information from anybody. And they're going to say it's completely natural, which it is as far as everybody knows. But if there is any other objective, and the other objectives that could be a part of it, because in that list of global challenges, they wanted to try and build I can't find the list now, but there was a list of these global challenges. A lot of them were monitoring global health, monitoring health at point of care. And so there is going to be a push to have some sort of monitoring system. And I wonder if it could be transmitted through the mosquitoes in some sense. So I don't want there to be a monitoring system with misuse that can be misused, but at the same time, I'd like to hear more about how it can be monitored and how we can find out if we can get behind that intellectual property boundary to make sure nothing was smuggled in.
Okay, so Pak Warsito, this response from Francis is related to the question of Pak Kun about the IT and about the monitoring system. Is there any monitoring system when you do that because you have data that reducing 70%, right? So you do have a monitoring system, Dr. Warsito. Can you share with us?
Yeah, we work with a health center, and then we put the nurse there. And then the nurse actually day to day catch the patient with a dengue system, and then we throw the blood, and then check it with PCR. Is the sample of the blood is actually positive for the dengue or not?
What she means, I think, is not really like that. What she means when the egg was releasing, and if it is near water and so on, what's the impact to not only to the patient but also to the plants, it's like that, Francis. This is what you mean.
Yeah.
monitoring system in that sense, but
Yeah,
not-
sorry about it. So I mean, it's clear that Wolbachia is facultative obligate that's only can live in the live cell. So we check it on the paper that I sent it as well. We check it of the Wolbachia on another species of the Aedes aegypti, and then this is totally that on the QLEC one. And then there is no Wolbachia strain that we put it on the Aedes aegypti transmitted to the QLEC one. And then we also monitor the population, the fluctuation of the population of the Aedes aegypti. And then I have the paper as well. I will send it later. And
so
then,
that's the monitoring system you
yeah,
have.
this is the model. We have the kind of the trap that's the distance of the trap is actually 250. And then we weekly actually we collect the mosquito, including mosquito, different species of the mosquito, and then we check it Wolbachia on the Aedes aegypti, which is our target, and sometimes we also check it Wolbachia on the other species, and also we look at the fluctuation of the population, and then we got a paper about it.
Thank you. I would like to go to foreigners that live in Bali. To Margaret, I want to ask to Margaret, when you hear about this, what is your reaction? What is your comment? Margaret, can you give some of your thought? Margaret Deadmeat, your microphone.
Tough to speak.
Bisa dengar ya?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Tough to speak. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, brilliant.
Aha, we're here. Okay.
Yes,
So
yes.
what I'd love to find out is, I think you've been working on this for about 20 years now, and you say you've got a 77% reduction. Why don't you have 100% reduction? That's one question. Two, I believe there's 20 types of mosquitoes in Bali. Will all of them be affected by Wolbachia? Will some of them? Also, I am an O blood type, and there's 39% of people in Indonesia with O blood type. We are the ones that are bitten a lot by mosquito because we have no antigen in the blood. The AB and A and Bs don't get bitten as much as we do. I am worried about 200 million mosquitoes coming into Bali. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, mosquito is in the scope of the research. It's not for the what you call implementing. It's just the researcher. Tapi maybe Warsito, you can explain if you have the knowledge of that, Pak Warsito.
Yeah, I think it's what you call it. Another species of the mosquito has the Wolbachia naturally, like a QLEC, even the albopictus, the Aedes albopictus is the not main factor in what you call that on the dengue. So why not 100%? Because again that Wolbachia is usually still some what you call it that having what you call it, we only work on one species of the what you call factor Aedes aegypti, but still have another factor albopictus. And also what you call in some area that we researched here is actually when we test, when we monitor we still monitor right now, because we monitor what you call in the case that the conclusion from the 70% actually come up from the 2 years after the implementation. So still what you call when the Wolbachia is reached 80 to 90%. So when Wolbachia increase the frequency, probably the impact will be higher than what we concluded that. But the study is still continue. Right now is still, the monitoring of the cases still continue. So we still wait for one dengue cycle. So probably on January or February, and then after that the data will be come up, and then the publication will be soon, come to on the paper.
Yeah, actually, honestly speaking, whether it is 77% or 100% success ratio, Actually, the worriness is not that. The worriness is still about the impact to the human health if this mosquito bite. That's actually the issue
yeah.
of
Thing
our
is,
health.
the
And this is
purpose.
what we have to tackle this.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I-
can create panic.
Yeah, I agree about it. I mean, what this is actually the things in the issue at the first time we released in Yogyakarta as well in 2012, in 2013 and 14, and then we educate with a community that we release the same mosquito with what on the natural habitat. And then the mosquito actually fed by human. It's mean also this to show that there is no impact of the Wolbachia on the human, because totally in that the Wolbachia cannot live in the other arthropod cell, including the human one. But also that's why the study actually come up. We draw the blood from the community in that the area where the Wolbachia established. And then also for the the laboratory that we feed it daily with the mosquito, and then it's I already put it on the link, and then this is clear that there is no antibody in that caused by the Wolbachia. So I mean,
Thank you.
mostly it's actually talk about the paper, but if you want to check actually, because it's already about 8 to 9 years. Firstly
Very good. Very good.
release, and then you can come to Yogyakarta and you can learn from us, and then you discuss with the community, and then if you want to check the blood from the community, it's really open for you to come and then to ask them. Get it?
Yeah, sure. This will be not our first meeting. We'll have in contact with you.
Yeah, I mean, because research usually has limitation, and then the risk. We are on the target. For example, in the first 3 years, we talk about risk assessment. That is clear, and then we compare a lot of evidence how actually we want to communicate with the community, and then after community know and then agree. And then we start with a bigger release, and then no. I mean, actually the research in Yogyakarta already finished. We don't do any release in Yogyakarta because it's already in the 3 sub-district, which is contribute the highest dengue case in Yogyakarta. So Yogyakarta has a 5 sub-district, and we already did from the 3, and then 2 because the dengue is quite low. So the reason that's still continuing actually to see the long time impact of the dengue Wolbachia on the dengue reduction.